Oh my gosh. It's been how long, Kelis?
Too long. It's been what, we say like 3 years?
3 or 4 years. 3 or 4 years. I think I've spoken to you at every stage of your career.
Absolutely.
Probably twice per album.
Yeah.
On average.
Which I think now it's kind of like a precedent, like I will not have it any other way.
I'm glad. I'm really glad.
That's
It's really
important.
good. No, I'm serious. It's really good to see you.
I agree.
I had great fun talking about the grey hair. The grey hair look. And I was so disappointed. I've turned up here and the hair's fully black.
Well, I'm like, honestly, you should have known better.
Yeah, I know. It's a phase. It's just a phase, wasn't it? Fashion for you.
Well, I mean, it was like, I had it for a while. It's too much to keep up.
What did you do? Did you just throw grey dye in your hair?
No, you have to like literally strip all the color out and then you have to get it gray, which became an issue because it's not easy to get gray hair. Like, it's just a real process. And I'm like, I'm on the road. I can't be bothered with that.
Okay, you're so fashioned up. It's good to see it. Congratulations on Acapella.
Thank you.
Always difficult coming back with whatever record. But if you look at your career musically, it's all over the place musically.
I'm consistently inconsistent, Trevor.
You are, aren't you?
Yes.
You and I think finally, you're so ahead of the game now because actually your style really suits what you're doing in a massive way. And I've a good feeling about the album. I've not heard one single song off it yet. We'll be playing.
Really?
Nope. This day and age, look, when I first met you, okay, I Hate You So Much. I had that for ages. You know what I mean? And then it gets released. Nowadays,
It's a whole other world, though.
it's a different world. What?
I will say this, though, you can completely blame me. I was just like, I feel like once it starts getting out into hands and stuff, everything's online. Something got leaked, and before it was done, I'm really like, I'm used to being talked about or picked apart or criticized or whatever. I can take that if I'm like, okay, this is my body of work, and here it is. I really don't care what you say about it because then I'm like, I'm done and I'm actually giving it to you. And so I'm aware that it's going to be,
Critiqued.
Right. Now, if I'm not finished, I can't. I don't want to hear your opinion about it. I don't want to, because then it like taints it ruins what I'm going to do. And so I just was like, honestly, my label was like, okay, seriously, you need to give us the album. And I was like, not yet. I'm
You're
like,
that petrified.
I will give it to you. Not even petrified, just like in charge. I'm like, this is my album. And literally, I'm the only one who has it. It's on my hard drive. Unless you want to come and take it from me, I am not giving it to you.
And it's also a 9-track album.
Yeah,
which
it's
is
to the point.
Which is the shortest album. Well, I don't know about length of time, but shortest album you've done. So you can't afford any tracks to be leaked.
No.
Of this record.
No.
So it's hard hitting, impactful, and there's no filler or killer.
No, there's not like, I don't think there's an album track on the album. I feel like it's a whole album full of like, you should just be able to dance from the beginning to the end.
It's a Kelis compilation album then.
It is.
New hits. Let's go back a little bit for people who, because you've been away a little while, you're mummy now.
But you know me though. Honestly, it takes me about this time. It's funny, someone said something, I'm like, I don't feel like I have to put an album out every 6 months. Like I feel like life needs to happen in the interim for me to be able to write anything viable and worthwhile. So I'm like, I need some time.
Every album's been different though, which we'll talk about. But I just saw your little baby. And
Isn't he luscious?
bless him.
He's
The
so
production crew have fallen in love with him, particularly Janine. You better watch she's not breastfeeding him right now. I'm going to keep it real because that woman, the look she gave him and the look he gave her.
He's a flirt though. He's very, he's very keen. He's hilarious.
Be honest, he was like looking like leaning away from mummy, like as if mama too.
No, he's like,
mama too.
No, he's hilarious.
He's very cute. My concerns for him, and these are very justified concerns, are how is this woman going to dress her child? Because until he's about 6, he won't have a say. And I know you, right, from all this stuff. I've seen you knitting something you're about to wear.
Hilarious.
I've seen you in and out of secondhand clothing stores. I've seen you, I don't know. I'm concerned.
You know what's funny, though? I will say this. This is something, I'll give you another tidbit to me. Yes, I do generally, I can shop anywhere and everywhere. I'm happy at the grocery store. I just love the idea of a purchase. It's just exciting. But when it comes to a guy, I like a simple guy. And so my son, I try to find cute stuff for him, but he's not like, first of all, he's a baby. So I want him to be comfortable first.
How many months is he now?
He'll be 10 months like in a week or so.
Is he strolling around? Is he pounding?
He's mobile, but he's not like walking yet. He tries. He can stand up and he crawls. He's fast too.
Okay, okay.
He's out. You got to keep an eye on him.
You know, word of warning, right? Anything over the height of about a foot needs to be elevated.
Oh yeah, no. Oh no, we call him like demolition baby.
Okay.
I mean, like anything he gets his hands on, he's got drool all over it, and it's like torn to bits in seconds. So yeah, I learned that the hard way.
Do you think he's going to be mega talented? Do you think he's inherited some genes there?
You know, he's definitely, I would say he's musically inclined. Like, it's funny, like he dances, and I think he recognizes songs and like whatever. I don't know if he's going to be a musician. I don't know what he's going to be, honestly, but I think he's going to be left-handed, though. I figured that out the other day.
That's not a bad thing.
No, it's good.
It's not a bad thing.
I mean, anything he is to me is all right. I'm like, you know, he's great. So.
I never imagined you as a mummy. I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
I don't know why. Oh, you're just somebody we need out there.
But you know me better than
we don't
better
need
than
you
the
tied
rest.
down. We just need you out there. You know, we've always needed you out there. You know that.
Yeah, but you know what? We need moms like me too.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, I'm still out here.
I
just got my kid out
kids,
here.
she's still out there. But she knows what I mean by out there. Like, out there, man. You don't have to be feeding the baby now. You need to be out there now.
Hilarious.
Anyway, look. Let's go back quickly, because any excuse to play some old stuff. Just any excuse.
Okay.
First album, Neptunes did the job. It was a really cool, sparse record. I was all over you for that record. And you probably thought, this guy's mega excited over my first album. But I really loved it. And you just will never settle with a sound. More than one record, I've noticed.
Because I don't feel like I have to. I feel like there's so many... You know, it's funny. So my dad used to always say, I think I might even told you this before. My dad always said, it takes the same keys on any instrument to make any song. And so it doesn't matter. It's the same, you know, it's not like, a lot of times like journalists and stuff, they're always like, God, it's such a different, was it hard for you? I'm like, no, I'm a musician. This is what I do. It's like, it's the same. It doesn't take any, it's a song. You need a beginning, a middle, and an end. You need a melody, you need a beat. It's like,
Your roots are gospel as well, aren't they, really? Well, church.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's always been that element of soulfulness throughout your albums. Tasty was probably your biggest selling album.
Yeah.
And Milkshake was... I remember you talking to me about Milkshake. I remember when I got the record, you said, you playing it? You feel it? I said, I can't program it about am I playing it, am I feeling it? Because nothing sounded like Milkshake at the time.
And now, I mean, everything sounds like
Milkshake. So you must feel that, in a sense, you were a kind of trendsetter for the sound today. Because Milkshake was how many years ago now?
God, what is it, like 6 years ago?
The tempo was like no other sort of urban record out at that time. It was hard to program that tune. It really was. To DJ wise.
I'm always hearing I'm hard to program though. That's if I hear anything, I'm like I always hear that.
But it worked.
And DJs are like, why do you do this?
It's true.
I'm like, figure it out.
The first time I heard acapella, a great hookup, by the way.
Thanks.
Just give us a background to acapella and how it was made.
I started writing. Actually, it was about 2 years ago. I came out here, and I was working with some like UK producers and stuff. And then I went out to Paris, and there was just this like, I mean, and you know it. There was this whole scene. There was just really, it was a whole other life. I mean, it was like, whether it was Sirkin or like, you know, the Ed Banger guys, it was a movement, a real movement, you know, and. I don't want to call it underground because it's disrespectful and I hate that term and the connotation that it has. For me, it was something that was like kind of hidden and kept. You know what I mean? But it was like 5,000 kids dancing at 4 o'clock in the morning. So it's definitely, you know, it doesn't qualify as underground. But for me, I was just like, wow, this is crazy. Like this is like a whole, people are actually dancing and sweating and having a good time. And you know, when you think about parties now in London, parties in New York, or they've gotten so clean and yeah, I mean everything is just so it's like it's obnoxious. And if you remember, we were talking earlier before we sat down about just like the whole industry changing and how, you know, it's just good that we were part of it before, but it's across the board. I mean, even to the point where a party is like.
Do you think it's sanitized?
I mean, yeah, that is such a good word for it. I'm stealing that, by the way. I will totally use that.
Use it in your next interview.
I will totally use that.
I've got another one for you. Processed and sanitized.
No, it is.
Use that in your next
Everything
interview.
is so clean cut and like it's. I think too, but it has a lot to do with, and there's two sides to it. One side is the fact that, it's from Twitter to, and I'm not downing anything. I use them. It's great. I get it. Blogging and streaming live, web, blah, 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 all these things, right? They're great. It makes it so that someone like myself and you, we have access to the world literally in seconds. On the flip side, the world has access to us in seconds. So it's, it's kind of this juxtaposition. You've got this, these two different sides.
Are you concerned about the brand awareness of artists today? Because that's what I think it's leading to. I mean, that's why I think it's so sanitized a little bit, that everyone's afraid of harming their brand.
Babe, no, this is exact. I mean, that's the whole, that's the whole part. The point is that we get to, I never was made for everybody. I was aware of that from the beginning, and you know that.
Oh, hell
I was like, either you're going to like it or you're not, and that's okay with me. It really is.
That's why I really liked you, because you wanted an argument and you wanted to stand your corner, and you just wanted to say what you wanted to say.
I don't need everyone to love me. That doesn't make me feel better about myself. Do you know what I mean? It just means that I'm obviously not hitting the point. And it's like you've got to. It's that phrase. What is it? If you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. It's the same concept. And it's like, I can't, the entire world could not love me. It doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? It means I haven't chosen anything, and it's like, you have to choose something in order to have, and then you'll have people who will agree with you and who will, and then you have, and that's better that way. And I think now everything is so pop and so sanitized, as we say.
She's done it already, right back in my face. Right back in my face. Already? Yeah. It's true.
But it's like, it's everything, true. It's so that it's mass, and I think you lose a lot of the real, the mystery,
and the edge that probably got you into the industry
Absolutely.
in the first place. But you've sanitized a little because you're a mum. You've had to. Come on.
I wouldn't call it sanitized though. It's really like, because who I am for him is different. I mean, and who I am at home has always been different, whether I had a kid or not. But I think, that's the difference though. When you look at, even when I first started, and the artists that I watched before I came in, there was a mystery, and there was a mystery. There was an essence. There was a tale. There was a fairy tale about it that was mesmerizing. It was amazing, and they looked larger than life. Now it's like there's no barrier. It's like when I can do a song, and in 2 seconds someone is giving their opinion about it. And listen, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I just don't get. I don't want to hear it. I don't care.
It's kind of quick, isn't it?
I mean, it's too. It's like there's no, even everyone having to keep up with themselves. Artists have to keep up with themselves because, whereas I could. Perfect example. I had gray hair, and you're like, "Where's the gray hair?" It's like now. 10 years ago, whenever I did something, it took months for people to even see that that's for people to understand that that's what I was doing. Now, I mean, I can change my hair every day, and it doesn't matter because they saw it.
Exactly. Well, I've got question for you as somebody who's I've always found quite edgy and outspoken, and I know I'm not going to go there about your trials and tribulations of late, but your stuff being out there so much about your relationship must be. You're somebody who likes to defend your corner a lot. Has that been difficult?
It's funny. It's interesting. I naturally I am confrontational, and I feel like I'm not one to have people say stuff about me and not have a response. I think that's the issue too. A lot of people feel like they can just speak because we're still behind this glass.
I can imagine people jumping on your Twitter going, "What's she gonna say?"
Oh, I mean, they do. But what the reality is, honestly, as far as I've never been I don't Google myself, and I don't read blogs. I don't, before any of this, just because I feel like it really is not beneficial in any way. You know what I mean? I need to be able to do what I'm going to do, and just, whether it's good or bad, and have that be genuine, instead of having people so honestly, it's funny, to be completely honest, I don't hear that much. I'm aware that it happens, but it's not like everyone. I mean, you see how I am too. My circle is really small. I don't have a bunch of people around me. I do not have an entourage.
You're not starry. You're not starry.
No, I mean, so it's the exact. I mean, my friends, so they don't bring that stuff to me. I mean, for what? What purpose does it serve to my life?
But they're the same people you play your music to, right? Straight away, or not?
Even still, I'm kind of funny with my stuff. I really don't. I don't look for opinion. It's like. I do it, and then my friends, because they're around me, they'll hear it after, once I'm trying to live with something to make sure that it's right. But in the process, in the 11, 12 years, I've never had friends in the studio. Really, I don't have a group. I need to be alone, and I need to be able to you know.
So if you smash, you're happy, you do it on your own terms, and if you crash, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing, and there's no one to blame.
You don't want me in the studio going, that's the one, that's the bomb, that's the track, that's the one, and you release it and no one buys it. And you're like, oh, Trevor said, no, you're not going to say that.
No, it's got to be my own.
Some artists are like that, though. I know that.
But the thing is, it works for some people, you know, and that's fine. You know, it's funny. Like Marvin Gaye used to always say, I have a preacher, a professor, and a pimp in the studio, because he's like, I need, you know, he would pull from all these different lives and walks of life. Me personally, you know, that's not my thing, but I don't doubt anybody that works that way.
I'm so glad your album's only got 9 songs, because then you don't have to go on about 18 songs. So I didn't like that 18 song scenario. R&B and vocalists were doing, and just 18. I like Killers, no fillers.
You get like, you know, it's like. Yeah. You don't want to let anything go.
This is back to Off the Wall days, Michael Jackson. I love it.
Really
okay,
sweet.
Now I would like you, because I've not heard a song on this album yet.
Which I'm annoyed about, but okay.
No, it's fine. I'm quite happy in a sense, because I'm going to start playing a track every day next week on the One Extra Breakfast show. So I want you to say a few words on a few of the tracks that you think I should be playing on the show.
All right. Let me see. What do I think you should be playing? Well, honestly, I think it's like picking kids, man. I'm like...
Record company, are you watching this? This is how not to sell your album. Yeah? Is it?
I'm like, I can't...
Oh, man.
I'm like, I just...
There are 5 days in a week,
I'm
Kelis.
like, just
5
put it
tracks,
on.
5 songs. Come on.
I know. All right. Well, honestly, I would say 22nd Century is it is the first official song on the album. And I really think it's a nice, like... It kind of says it all. It's sort of just like, this is a new world, and it's a new world for me. It's a new world that we're in, and it's kind of just like, you know, don't be afraid to embrace the unknown, I think, you know, and it's kind of, so it's definitely, it just feels good. The whole record is a really like, it feels good. Mm-hmm. It's not like overly, you know, you don't have to think about it too much. It feels good. It's melodic.
Do you know what you've said in this interview so far, though? And I think you should be quite happy as an artist about this, that although things have become more sanitized, I think musically things are more open than they've been for a while, and people are expecting to hear something different. When you dropped Milkshake, and everybody must have come back to you with a reaction of, wow, what is this? I can't believe you're doing this. Now, I think people are... When I heard a cappella, I wasn't surprised at all.
Well, I think you weren't surprised because you know me, and because, you know, at the end of the day, you're a music person, and so you appreciate music. But I think for me that might be the case. I don't know if it's the case in general, because I don't think that there is much new stuff right now. And I hate to be one of those like bitter, jaded, you know, because I'm actually not. But there's few things that I hear that are brand new that I'm like, that sounds brand new. You know what I mean? It's like, there's nothing new under the sun, but we have to try to keep, you know, revamping and redoing. And I don't think there's a lot of that happening.
I'm going to choose the rest of the songs on this album for you. Okay. Because I've got to let you go so that you can be unleashed onto the world. I want to say thank you so much for taking time to speak to me again. It's really, really, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, it's great to see you.
It is.
Me and this lady have done so much in the past. A lot of you may not know, but we've even hosted an award show together, spent a week together doing this.
I know.
Been abroad a couple of times doing gigs.
I was so happy when they said that. I was like, Trevor. They're like, do you know? I'm like, mate, yes, I know Trevor.
Mate, this woman's lucky I wasn't her significant other. That's how big I feel for her. I love her so much. Kelis, thank you very much.
Thank you.